is going away from really the traditional way of life before people start running.
Pluto in Aquarius. The generation he's talking about that were sold a new, better way of life are Gen X. And most of the Gen X generation were born under the Pluto and Libra transit, at least those born from around 1970 to 1984. And the Pluto and Libra generation, a lot of them also had Uranus and Libra too. And Libra energy really glamorizes a certain kind of lifestyle, especially having the outer planets like Pluto and Uranus there. That energy encompassed a whole generation, or at least a very large part of one generation. Talking about Gen X. And those of us who were raised by Gen X, for the most part, were born under the Neptune Uranus Capricorn conjunction and with Pluto and Scorpio. Pluto and Scorpio values realness and change of a psychological nature. That's why most of us are very well read and well versed on psychology, mental disorders, anxiety, all of that started to come to light because of the millennials that were born under that transit. And with Uranus and Neptune in Capricorn, our spiritual values and values around the change we want to see in our society are rooted in a more traditional way of life, which is Capricorn energy. We're also really here to bring awareness and truth to how people, especially people that were born under the outer planets in Libra, like Pluto or Uranus, and are the Gen Xers and have this very different approach to wealth and status that's rooted in vanity, that's rooted in image. We see this with the Kardashians. The millennials are really bringing that to light of like, we don't want to perpetuate this. We want to perpetuate and base our society in more traditional values, like what he talks about in this video. Making things from scratch, starting to raise food at your home, bringing back values from a traditional lifestyle. And Pluto and Aquarius is really going to bring us that innovation as well, because we're going to start to realize, I mean, we already have started to realize, but the change is really going to take hold with Pluto and Aquarius. We've started to realize that giving our focus and money to perpetuating things that are based in status and vanity is not how we want to live. Consumerism, a lot of Gen Xers are very rooted in things. Like I see this with my parents a lot, like no shade, but my parents are low-key hoarders and they consume. They're constantly buying things. And we've really seen with the millennials a focus on minimalism with those traditional values. And obviously this is a very large generalization, but those general themes have come from that generation. And with Pluto and Aquarius, we are coming back to our roots. We're coming back to, okay, what is real and true for us? What is the legacy that we want to leave this world with? How can we do things that benefit our humans, our children, the humans that are already here, as well as the earth? How can we work in greater harmony with all that is around us, as opposed to just consuming to appeal a certain status or how things look? And another way to say this is like, there is no need to fix what wasn't broken. Like their traditional way of life wasn't broken. It's worked for the whole time, most of the time that humans have been on this planet, and we're coming back to that right now. And realizing that happiness doesn't lie in consumption, it doesn't lie in things, it doesn't lie in buying things for status and flaunting wealth that way. Happiness lies in connection, and true fulfillment comes from having more traditional values. Like I said, raising food at your home, starting to learn how to cook things from home and make things from scratch. Like I, as an example, have taken up knitting again, and it is so fulfilling to pick out my yarn and knit myself a scarf, and then I have a new scarf. And I don't only appreciate that scarf more, but I appreciate what goes into the things that I do buy, and I'm much more conscious over what I buy, what I consume, and how much I have. So change is here. How does this resonate with you? Let me know.